My name is Meghan Bogue. My business is Whole Heart Murals. So I'm an artist and I serve all of the community.
Amazing. Yeah, I love that. Take me back. What initially drew you to the world of visual art and murals?
From the time I was a child, I did lots of acting and I did a lot of art and I did dance. And so I grew up basically doing a lot of expressive arts. And I thought that I would want to go into that actually as a profession. I was really drawn to psychology and drawn to expressive arts. And so I thought maybe I might become an expressive arts therapist or a art therapist. But then I ended up actually becoming a school psychologist. And so my background's in school psychology. I did school psychology in the Loudoun school system for about 10 years. And I did school psychology for about the past 10 years in Fairfax as well, part-time. And I found that when I was working with kids in counseling that I could connect really well over art. And so my roots of the expressive arts came into my practice as a school psychologist. And I found that it was just an amazing way to connect to people. And during the COVID years, I really wanted to connect to others. And so I decided to start my business actually as a way to have art workshops with kids and with adults to form a way to connect with others during that time. And I thought art would be the perfect method to, both for kids to be able to express themselves and for us to just gather together doing something really positive just because we felt so I felt so disconnected
Me
during that
too.
time, and it was very anxiety provoking for everyone.
Absolutely.
And during the time I was starting to offer workshops, I also wanted to reach out to some of the businesses in the area just to ask them if they wanted any art, because I was like, why not, continue trying to share my art? And so I asked some of the businesses if they would like something like either art for their walls or a label design or something. And then one of the first businesses I went to actually said, we have all these blank walls. Would you like to do some murals? And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do a mural. Even though I have done a lot of art, I was never doing anything on that scale. And so it was
Yeah.
very intimidating at first, but I did it and I loved it. I fell in love. I thought it was the most amazing thing. I found my flow. I felt like I lost time. I wasn't hungry. I was
Yeah.
just like, all I want to do is paint all day long. And
I
so
love
ever since
that.
then, it's been like I've had this passion that I've been trying to share with others, and it's awesome. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. I know that feeling when you really find something that is just, that really takes like not everything out of you, but that you're so immersed in and so passionate about that you just forget about the world, about eating, about anything. And then you step back and you look at what you've created and it's just, I personally, I've studied music in college and I'm a songwriter, and I feel like I get into a similar thing when I'm, going through the writing process and the production process and all of that. And then I step back and I'm like, "Whew." It's like a sound mural of sorts. But yeah, I bet that was daunting at first though. Getting like kind of commissioned for these murals and then being like, oh, I haven't done that before. But that openness to doing something new is really special too.
It is.
Yeah, and I love that you started in psychology. It's
Yes.
really cool. You say you create with your whole heart. What does that mean to you when you approach a new mural project?
So usually when I have someone that's interested in a mural, I might talk with them about what it is that's important to them and what they're passionate about. And so usually we go from there. We try to figure out, what might be exciting for them to see up on their wall, what would be meaningful to them, or even what is their brand for their business, that sort of thing. But usually I try to listen deeply to whatever it is that they are trying to say, what their story is, and I try to express it as well as I can through my art. So usually I create something for someone, a drawing, and try to go over it with them and see if they like it, more often than not that they really love it. So that is always really exciting for me. But yeah, I put my whole heart into what I do, like everything I'm creating.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's super cool too. And just the, I think your psychology background, I'm sure really helps with that because you're able to really take into account their feelings and their like emotional ties to maybe certain branding aspects or visuals within their business and make sure that that's integrated, not just in a way that looks good, but in a really meaningful way that that reflects, their goal and their vision for their brand or their business or whatever they're trying to do. So,
Yeah.
love that. What inspired you to initially start like your business, Whole Heart Murals, and how has your why evolved over time?
So from what I said before, basically I started because I wanted to connect people.
Yeah.
And I wanted to offer art and mental health. Like I wanted there to be a mental health component too. I feel like although I don't do as many workshops, I occasionally do a workshop here and there now, but I don't do as many now. But I feel like my art is still connecting people. It's bringing people joy. It's a way for others to connect over art, which is really amazing. So it's not exactly the same, but it's evolved in a way because I'm being able to share the art with so many more people.
Yeah. Can you share a moment when a client told you how your mural changed the way they felt in their space?
Oh, well, that's actually almost every
I
person.
know.
They love
Is
it.
there
I
like
mean,
a
it's
special one or anything like
yeah.
that?
No. I think let me think of who. So, yes. I'm like,
Oh, I know the
which one?
answers. Yes,
Which
your
one?
work is amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. I would say so there are yeah, it's like hard to even think of like just one person to cite.
That's
But
okay.
basically so I did a restaurant recently and he
Ooh.
talks about just how much joy it brings him just to look at the mural that I did for him and it makes others feel really like happy to be there. It's a Haymarket community mural, so it's like there's a lot of humor in it. I have like dancing tacos on some of the buildings that are Haymarket
I
buildings.
love
And,
that.
there's a taco train. And so it's like, it's bringing the kids into the excitement of the mural too. And the adults love it too, like the cute little fun bits of it. And I think it just brought so much character to the space. It was like a regular restaurant wall and it was great, before, but I feel like now it's really got a lot of personality. And we brought in even like the high school football field and the battlefield bobcat, which is their spirit, like animal person, their mascot.
Yeah.
It is like going after tacos. It's just funny.
I love
It has humor and it's brings joy. So it's great. Yeah.
What restaurant is it?
That's Tacos and Tequila in Haymarket. Locals
Okay.
Tacos and Tequila.
I've heard good things
Yes.
about that place, and now that I know you have a mural there, I have to go. But I'm
Yes.
sure that that really also reinforces that just town pride, that community pride, because there's all these little things that any member of the community can really relate to and can really stand behind. Whether like it's a high schooler who's like, "There's my team," or a little kid that's like, "Oh, the tacos!" Like, I think that's so cool, and it's so inspiring that I'm sure that these murals are so inspiring to the people in the community too, to see like, oh, like this life that I'm living can be translated into this gorgeous art. And it just makes you think a little bit. Maybe that's the artist in me, but I love it. What is your process for taking a client's initial idea and transforming it into a finished mural on the wall?
Usually my process is to talk to the client first, figure it out, whatever they would like first. I try to see if they have some initial ideas and then to talk to them about, what it is that they are hoping for on their wall or like what color palette they might like, what feeling they might like. Usually I talk to them just about what sort of content and then I present an idea and usually people are just very excited about whatever the drawing is and they're like, wow, like I never would have thought of it in that way and this is amazing. And they love when it's painted on the wall, it brings it to life so much. It's amazing how much like the drawing is so neat and so inspiring and exciting, but then when you see it with the paint, it's just incredible.
Yeah, it really pops, I bet.
Yes.
You often work with whimsical, natural, and colorful designs. Why do those elements speak to you?
I've always loved like magical, mystical kind of elements, and I love gardens. I love being outside. I actually find a lot of spirituality in nature. I just feel like it's amazing to be outside. I feel so grounded, and I love sharing that. Anytime I have the opportunity to incorporate some botanical elements, I'm so excited because it's, a little piece of nature. It makes me feel happy. So I
Yeah.
feel like it makes everybody feel happy to be outside.
Oh, absolutely. And we need that reminder more and more these days. So many of us spend the whole day inside, and
Yeah.
it can really be a mood booster to either see some botanical little paintings on a mural or like go outside or see both, you know? Oh, I love that. How do you keep your creative energy flowing when you're working on a large or complex project?
So I get so excited about all projects. And so large and complexity doesn't really make a difference to me because I'm actually more excited, I think. The more
Ooh,
large and complex it is, I'm like, ooh, where are we going to go
it's a
now?
challenge.
Yeah, I love challenges. Like, I feel like that's the only way you can grow. It's like pushing yourself and like expanding and trying to figure it out. I also feel like at the beginning, I come up with a plan of what I'm going to do. And then it sort of evolves even more into a more beautiful piece of art with the complexity and like large size of it. It's
Yeah.
like I can go in any direction. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice that you give yourself some room for being open to kind of new directions as things take shape because I think sometimes, I mean, when I'm creating art or creating music, I get a little bit burnt out or a little bit frustrated when things don't go according to my very specific set out plan that I've told myself I must stick to these steps, and if I don't, it'll turn out horrible. So it's great that you have this openness, and that's something that I'm going to implement from talking to you. Is just having this openness to where does this need to go? Like, where could this go that may stray a little bit from like my exact steps, but still stays on that track, and just being excited about kind of things that may come up in the process.
Yes. I just love the
Amazing.
whole process. Like it's just exciting to paint anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And walls are just, I don't know, it's so fun.
Yeah. You should paint the wall behind you.
I know.
Maybe.
I might.
We'll see. We'll see. For businesses that commission murals, how can art serve as a powerful branding or storytelling tool?
It brings so much, as I said before, character to a space. I've been doing a veterinarian's office and it's a fear-free clinic. And so they specialize in like a fear-free method. And so basically my my mural is in the lobby, and it's all these like cute dogs and cats that are like have flowers, and there's like it's called Summit Veterinary Care. So it's on a mountaintop and there's all these animals and pets. And so you're greeted by this very like warm, happy looking picture of animals like doing their thing, like, you know. And then every room in the clinic, I am doing a mural. And so they have basically every exam room I'm decorating with a mural. And so it's like every one is going to have a positive, like one of them is positive vibes, like PAW, like, and then there's another one that's like stop, pause and smell the wildflowers. It's like different to like
Little
de-stress
puns.
both
Yeah.
the like client and the pet. So I love like it can add things like that, like things you wouldn't think of. You go into your regular doctor's office and like the walls might be blank, but like could you imagine going in and just looking at this like happy little mural that's like got a little cute dog on it and a
Yeah.
nice little scene and like has a nice message. Like it brings a lot to the piece of the client for that one. And then other ones it's like I did a large brewery scene that's really like it's like a night scene and it's very colorful and it brings your mind into like kind of a Scotland kind of feeling. And so that's like a neat feeling in a brewery to feel like you're in this like starry night kind of feeling.
Creates that atmosphere for
Yes,
sure.
yes. And so it's like it can create different atmospheres depending on where you are and like what it is that you're looking for, what it is that you want. And then sometimes it's something as simple as like a huge logo on the wall. Like I did this yoga studio and they have this awesome logo and I did a huge logo for it. It's like a 6x6 like giant circle. And it's a selfie wall for them. Like they always do pictures on it. So it's like that's their brand. Like that's who they are. They are like doing their poses in front of it. So it's like not taking away, but it's adding and it's like showing their brand in like an amazing way.
Yeah,
So
that
yeah, it can add so much in different ways.
I never thought about murals as a branding tool. Like I've taken so many photos in front of murals at different places that I've been, like all over the country, all over the world. And that is like a great, like the selfie walls is a great branding tool. I think all businesses should have a mural now.
Yes,
You're
it brings
convincing me.
people in. I mean,
It
people come in
does.
just to see the mural. Like
Yeah.
people would message me or like comment on it. You know, people at the businesses would tell me people came in just to see your mural today. It's
Yeah. It's
that's
so
awesome, you
cool.
know?
So cool. What is the biggest lesson you've learned about blending art with entrepreneurship?
Biggest lesson. I would say, you know, relationships matter. I mean, I knew that already, but it really does. I love supporting other small businesses in the community. So I do a lot of like I don't know what everybody knows about it, but networking. I do a lot of like meeting up with small businesses to try to support them and have them support me too. And it's amazing to have that kind of support from your community because you get to know other people around you, you get to learn from other people around you, you get to like try to just support and build them up whenever you can. And I love that. Like, I went into this because I wanted community connection and I wanted to be able to help with that. And now I feel like I can still help with that, like connecting other people with, people that need them or might benefit from their services. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
And I hate the word networking sometimes because it sounds so
Yeah.
like finance bro or like I don't know. It sounds like very like a little more sterile, but I love the way that you go about it and I love the network that you create through your murals too, through people that know your work and through people that know you.
Yes.
That's the approach that I like. So
Yeah.
maybe we should reframe the word network.
I think
I
so
don't
too.
know.
They're really your friends. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the way I feel about it. Everybody I meet out there, I'm like, oh, you're my new friend. Like, let's chat about your business
Yeah.
and
We'll
like,
call
what
it
can I do to help
bestieing.
you?
Call it bestieing, not networking.
Yes, bestieing. Actually, one of my friends, so Brandy of Studio Lux Boutique, she uses the term biz bestie. So she
I
always
love
says my
that.
biz bestie.
She should coin that. She
Yes,
probably
she
has.
actually has, basically.
That's amazing.
Everyone that knows her knows.
Yeah. If someone sees a whole heart mural for the first time, what do you hope they feel or experience besides what you've already
I
shared?
always hope people experience joy. I'm sure that not all my murals will be necessarily joy, depending on what it is, like the branding or whatever. But if it's a mural that I've designed, I am hoping that it does elicit joy from people. And I do hear that all the time. Like people say, I love how bright and colorful, and like, I feel so happy looking at your murals. Like that makes me happy because that's what I want. I want people to
Yeah.
feel good with the art.
Yeah, and I don't think I've seen any of yours in person, but just through Instagram, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I feel great. This is the middle of the workday, and these colors, they're popping off the page. These visuals are stunning. But also, I wanted to say, even for branding, I get so maybe I'm a particular type of person, but just I get so much joy from seeing a really like great logo on a wall or great branding. Like that brings me joy too.
Yes.
So hopefully that brings everyone joy. I don't
Yes.
know.
I hope so.
Yeah, so joy all around. Looking ahead, what kind of legacy do you want Whole Heart Murals to leave in your community?
Legacy. Well, I mean, I hope just people see my murals and they think about the connection they're making, and maybe it will bring some love of the arts. I'm hoping it'll inspire people to want to do some art, or maybe just appreciating art on the wall. It's bring a little bit of, I guess, I feel like a lot of times people don't make time for like the play and the joy, if that makes
Yes,
sense.
yes.
And I want to inspire that childlike joy that people have inside that they may be burying, I guess, I want to like bring that out. I want people to like have that feeling when they look at a mural.
Well, I think you're certainly doing that. I mean, again, just from me looking at your work through your website, through your Instagram, it made me want to go to Michael's and buy a paint set and go paint. Because I used to paint when I was a kid, and that was something that brought me so much joy. And now I do music, but there's something about doing things that just brought you so much joy in art class as a kid or even before then that I don't know, it's a great feeling to get back to that and to get back to that part of yourself that you may have kind of overlooked in the hustle and bustle of every day. So I think you're certainly already doing that, but I know you'll continue to do so. And I also wanted to ask you quickly if there's any advice that you would give to other creatives who want to build a business around their passion.
I would say face your fear, try your best. Don't try to not doubt yourself. I feel like a lot of times creatives can be very difficult on themselves. They are very critical of their skills and it holds them back. And I definitely had some of that in the beginning of my life, and it did hold me back. And it took me forever to actually start my business because I was like, I don't know. But now I feel like somehow, I don't exactly know what happened, but I tried to leave it behind. I tried to just keep going forward and facing the fear and getting, surpassing it. And then it's like, once you do, you realize other people love my art and it's making a difference to people. And if I didn't do it, it wouldn't be out there. And that's sad, So try to think about just pushing past any kind of fear or doubt you have in yourself and keep going. That would be my advice for sure.
Beautiful advice. I needed to hear it, but I know a lot of other people need to hear it as well. So thank you so much for that. Is there anything else that I didn't touch on that you wanted to share?
So one thing that was really amazing, I couldn't believe it, and this kind of goes back to the building connections with people in the community and having a lot of like support among business people. So recently there were 2 awards that were given, Best of Prince William County and Best of Haymarket Gainesville, and I won both of them.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're
And I
amazing.
couldn't believe it. I was shocked, but also like so touched that the community is believing in me. And, it just really validates that like what you're doing when people appreciate what you're doing and love what you're doing. It's just an amazing feeling. So like, I'm very humbled by it. Like I couldn't believe that, I don't know. There's a million artists and I just totally admire so many of them, like incredible work. Like I actually think every person is an artist and I couldn't believe that they gave me the honor and that just like speaks to the like support of the community. It's just such a nice thing. And anyway, that meant a lot to me. So that was amazing.
Congratulations. And
Thank you.
I'm sure that it's not just your art, it's the person behind the art too. I mean, just sitting down and talking to you, you're having conversations with your community, I'm sure every day, even if you're just going out for coffee, like people get to kind of feel your energy and all the joy that you just transmit. You just radiate joy and art or you radiate joy and your art really does the same. So the person behind the art has to be there with it. And I think that really sets you apart. So
Thank you so much.
yeah. Thank you so much for coming on to the Alimond Show and making the time to talk to us about Whole Heart Murals and your journey. This has been such a beautiful conversation, and I know that our audience is going to have some great takeaways from this. So thank you.
Thank you.